Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about Chapter 1 in the book. And Chapter 1 is an important one to pay attention to as the course progresses. It kind of gives you an overview of research generally. It introduces why educational research is so important, and it gives you a good sort of sense of a broad sense of educational research techniques. All right, so I'll try to keep these videos kind of short and concise. So let's kind of scroll through Chapter 1, and I'll try to point out the really important things for you to pay attention to when you read the chapter. All right, I'm going to just kind of scroll through the whole thing here and take you right through it, I think. Okay, you can kind of jump down a little bit and get into moving along. Stuff is important, but okay. So this is helpful here. What the chapter does is it really introduces quantitative versus qualitative research. And these are two main branches of educational or any kind of human subjects research, quantitative versus qualitative. And as I bet you can tell just by reading the first word in quantitative, it deals with numbers, and qualitative tends to deal with interviews and videos and essays and tests and well, not surveys, but observations, qualitative types of things. So quantitative versus qualitative. So do read that section there, that introduction piece there. Flew right by it. Table 1.1 is really helpful because it gives you an overview of some similarities and differences between quantitative versus qualitative research. So read this introduction above it. Examine this table carefully. Think about what's in this table here, and we'll have some discussion questions on this as the week progresses. Okay, moving down. And then the chapter continues with a very brief introduction into different sort of types of quantitative research. The textbook in later chapters will have a whole chapter dedicated to survey research. There'll be an entire chapter dedicated to correlational research. And there'll be an entire chapter dedicated to causal comparative research, and a chapter dedicated to what's coming up next, experimental research, down here. And so it's helpful to begin by certainly reading Chapter 1 and getting a sense of, okay, so there's quantitative and there's qualitative research, and there's also and within quantitative research, there are some major categories of research. And as we move down, you're going to see that there's also qualitative research and some major categories there. Now, within qualitative, let me back up a little bit. Your thesis that you'll ultimately do as a student in this program is going to be a mixed methods thesis. That means your thesis will have some quantitative components, some numerical analysis of things like test scores or something like that. And it's also going to have some qualitative components. You'll be doing some classroom observations of students learning and things and doing some documentation of those observations. So your thesis will be a blend of quantitative and qualitative approaches. Okay, and so, and ultimately what you're really going to do is something called action research. And action research is, research that's done in a teacher's classroom to help inform them of their practice. I'm trying to find where that is. Again, jumping away from the action research point, the figures and tables in the book are really, really helpful. Here's one figure 1.1. Read it. It gives a nice comparison of similarities and differences between quantitative versus qualitative research. It's a very nice starting point here. And looking for the action research piece, which is coming up any moment now. I'm almost there. And then I'll turn this video off if I can. Let me pass by it again. Ethics of educational research is up above here, I think. Here, right here. Okay, good. So action research right here. This is really the type of research that you'll be doing in your thesis, and it's going to be the major focus of this course. We're going to really focus this course on action research. So that's it for now. So read Chapter 1. Think about what you've read, and there'll be some activities this week to help us make sense of all of this information in action research. Okay, in chapter 1. So thank you very much, and more to come. All right, bye.